Welcome to Hard Copy Hounds, powered by the World 1-1 Podcast Network and sponsored by Premium Edition Games, where their Series 3 release, Cathedral, is on sale right now. Let's get into the Premium Edition interview. Joining us this week is Barry from Premium Edition Games. Barry, say hi.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for having me.
So Barry helps run Premium Edition Games, who is our wonderful sponsor here at Hard Copy Hounds, and he wanted to take some time and come chit chat all about Premium Edition Games. So we blocked out a little bit of time so that you get to see some of the inside scoop of Premium Edition Games and what makes them stand out above the rest. So Barry, tell everybody a little bit about you, about what you do, and about Premium.
Sure. And I'll just start saying that I don't think we stand out above the rest. I think we don't look at anybody as competition. We're all partners in this great gaming industry, and we support one another. And I think that's one of the best parts about gaming as a whole, is it just brings everyone together. But for those of you listening, my name is Barry Carenza. I'm one of the partners at Premium Edition Games, and I'm also head of customer relations. Premium Edition, if you haven't heard of us, we are a physical publisher right now for the Nintendo Switch. And we started just over a year and a half ago with Jeffrey Wittenhagen and Jonathan Poland. Started the company and brought me on shortly after. And since then, the three of us have been joined by some very wonderful members of our crew, like Frank and Erica, and Josh and Sheena, and just some absolute wonderful people. And Clarence, our newest, and we really want to deliver games and physical packages that we would want in our own collection, because we are collectors. We're all collectors, we're all gamers, and we want to produce products that we would want on our own shelves, even if we had nothing to do with the company. That's just how we go. So, we started just over a year and a half ago. We put out our Series 1, which was Super Blood Hockey and Pigeon Dev Games Collection. The reception was great. We did a direct. We had a lot of fun with it, but we were new on the scene. People didn't know who we were, what we were, if they would even get a product, which is an unfortunate reality in today's day and age. But we shipped them. People have gotten all their Series 1 releases, their premiums, their retros, and their deluxes, and people have been doing their challenge patches, which we can talk about here in a little bit, and just having a lot of fun with the games. Series 2 we launched back in June of 2021, which was Demon's Tier Plus and Robot Named Fight. And again, the premiums have now shipped. They're shipped out right now. The retros will be shipping hopefully by the end of November for both titles, and the deluxe of Robot Named Fight should be shipping Q1 2022. Real life, problems have happened due to the real world, the shipping, just delays that we can't help. And once we were sure and we got Series 2 Premium shipped out, we launched our Series 3 Direct, which we'll be talking about here with our brand new Series 3 titles. And we're a big part of the community. We love the community at large, the gaming community. We've been blessed to be sponsoring, Hard Copy Hounds and be part of the World 1-1 network. And it's just so great that we've been so welcomed into this. It's a competitive community, but we're really trying to do our own thing, and some people are starting to refer to us now as the working designs of the Switch, which is a really cool title and one we're going to run with. But we just like giving developers, some really great developers, a platform to get their games out there and seen by new eyes. Because like many people, we're physical collectors. We don't, so many games, we don't really pay attention to the digital-only titles. So to be able to get these games in front of physical collectors is awesome, and hopefully giving them a second life and a new attention that they deserve.
Nice. So let's start with how did Premium come to be?
All right.
Let's hit the origin story. I
The
know
origin-
pieces of this because I followed JP and I was aware of JP on some of the Facebook groups for a number of years, and so I kind of got to see the birthing happen. But for those
Yes.
that haven't,
So, Jonathan or JP and Jeff, they met at a con, got to talking, and kind of just like playing around with the idea. And when Jeff got approved to be a Nintendo publisher, they began running with it. And at that point in time, they were doing a podcast called the Switch Mania Playcast, which is still going on. And when JP had to step away for a bit, Jeff needed a new co-host. So that's where I came in. I joined as a new co-host, and JP came back, and now then the three of us, we do the show now. And they kept teasing. They're like, oh, we're doing something that you don't even know about. And I'm like, oh, come on, guys, what is this? Grade school? Let me in on this. Let's go. And they finally told me, and they're like, do you want in? And I was like, hell yeah, do I want in? Like, I wish you had told me sooner. I would have been in, right away. Like, this is great. Let's run with this. Let's go. So from there, we just, we're talking with developers, and we did the first direct, and really wanted to get out there and addressing issues with customers and addressing concerns because we were a new company. So we really wanted to focus on communication, and we felt as consumers, that's one thing we felt was so important with any company is communication. We want to know the ins and outs and when things are going to be in our hands. So we made it a point to let's do communication. So how do we do that? We had the Playcast first and foremost. So we gave updates every week on stuff premium, which was great for the listeners. But so not everybody listens to the podcast, and if you don't, you should. But we said let's go above and beyond. So JP's Mr. Twitter. Anyone who follows him, that. So he set up the premium Twitter and the Facebook, and we brought on Frank Wood, who's truly an amazing friend, amazing guy, who helps JP run with that. We set up a Discord, which I run, and we get people involved there, and then JP does a newsletter, for the big updates. And of course our support email, which I handle. So if there's any issues, support@premiumeditiongames.com. So with all that set up, we really focused on addressing people's concerns and letting them know us and letting them be able to communicate. And I think it really took until we launched Series 1 earlier this year in terms of getting the product out, shipping the product, because we launched it for pre-order last year, and people were a little concerned. Like we did Series 1 in 2 parts as opposed to what we do now. We wanted to have Super Blood Hockey in people's hands before Pigeon Dev went out. That didn't happen because Super Blood Hockey kept failing lot check, and it took 2 months to pass lot check, and Pigeon Dev was already past lot check. So we're like, well, crap, what do we do? So we launched them. We launched Pigeon Dev, put Super Blood Hockey back up, let people order, and then they happened to coincidentally ship at the same time when we had them in hand. And we said, you know what? Maybe we should do this from now on. Maybe we should do our games a series all together as opposed to a Series 1 and then another and another. So from Series 2 on, we decided that happy accident, let's do that. And we found the reception has been very good with it because each series, the games help each other. They're a team as opposed to competition. You may be excited for one title and you come to the site and then you may see the other title and it could help introduce you to a game, your next favorite game that you never even knew existed, which has happened. And one of the things we do in addition with the community is we do unboxing patches. So this was Jeff's idea. I wish I could take credit for it. It was Jeff's. My idea was a discount on your next order, but Jeff's idea won.
I wouldn't say no to that either.
Yeah, well, Jeff's idea won. When you get our games, if you do an unboxing video and you tag us, then you have to email us with the link, with your order number, with your address. We will send you an unboxing patch. It's our way of saying thank you for helping the developers get the word out and so that they see it. And we mailed it to you for free. The unboxing could be anything. You could have already opened it and you're just opening again. We absolutely, as someone who watches all the unboxings, I'll tell you the ones I really like are the ones that where people talk, especially when they're seeing things for the first time. And I get to see the natural reactions. I love that because we do put a lot of care and love into all of our packaging. But then all of our releases come with a challenge card. And the challenge card is a developer challenge. So on it, the developer tasks you with a challenge within their game. Should you accomplish the challenge and follow the instructions, post it to social media, tagging us, send us an email, again, the order number and the address, and we will send you for free a challenge patch based on the game you accomplish. So every game has their own challenge patch, and that's what we've noticed been a real cool way to connect with the community as everyone starts to do that, and they start sharing, and we share their accomplishments, and the developers start seeing that and get involved and commenting, and it just becomes an event. And we love that about our releases, is because they're not just here's another release. We make them events. We will not announce a new series until the previous series has at least shipped the standard premiums. We don't want people to feel like we're just taking money and you'll get your games when you get your games. It's like, no, we're focusing on one series at a time. We want to give attention to the developers. And then, of course, again, when the series ships, while we may start announcing the next series, that doesn't mean the previous series is done, because then you have the challenge patches, and we're sharing those, and we're really relishing in those too. And we love to see everyone accomplish these things because it's awesome.
Definitely. So, with that said, I've got a quick question, just from a personal side. What's your feeling, your stance on the subject of double dipping? Because that's something that tends to come up a lot with those of us that love physical games.
Yes.
Because a lot of us, a lot of these games start as digital only, and then only once they've, sold sufficiently well do they find a home for them to get a physical pressing. And, there are those of us like myself where there's a lot of games where, I see a preview or a trailer and I'm like, I want that. I really do. But I then get stuck in the, well, do I pull the trigger now and end up potentially having to double dip if it gets a physical, or do I hold out and hope that it gets a physical?
That's a great question. So there's other forms of double dipping too, and honestly, my thought didn't initially go to your question. It actually went to something I accuse JP of all the time, which is making me double dip, because he'll post something is getting a European release or an Asian English release, and I'll buy it for my set, and then after it gets announced an American version, so now I have to double dip and get the American version. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of double dipping when it's extra money spent. It does suck a little more, I guess, if you buy the digital and then you have to buy the physical, because at least if I buy the European and then the American, I could at least sell the European, which I don't need anymore. You're stuck with the digital. My thing is, in a case like your question, we don't think about that when it comes to putting out games. We think about getting great games, the physical treatment, and the extra attention they deserve. So if this happens to be a double dip, you said this game is so great, I had to get it digitally, but you're a physical collector, and you're going to double dip now. That's just helping the developer out, because the developer makes money off of every release, every purchase. So you're only helping the developer, which means you really like this game. We can't divulge what games we're doing until we're at the point that we're ready to do so, just like any other company. So whenever you buy a digital game nowadays, it's always, at the risk of there being a physical. Some companies don't want physicals. We've reached out to developers and said, we'd love to do a physical of this game, and they're like, no, we're not interested. So that doesn't mean every digital game is going to have a physical release at all. So it's buyer beware, buy at your own risk. And I've seen people say, well, I bought it already digitally, I got the physical now, can I do the challenge on the digital version? And the answer is yes, but you still need to open your physical version and show the card with the game packaging and all that stuff along with your accomplishment. So you can still accomplish it on the digital version, but you have to open up your physical. Other people want to wait, and one of the things we do with our physicals, we want to make sure it's all on cart. So you're getting the full game, sometimes exclusive stuff. Pigeon Dev, all 4 games have an exclusive soundtrack that is different than the digital versions of those games, which I think is really cool. So we're always trying to get some exclusive stuff if we can on the cards, but we definitely want them to be complete. So it's one of those where if there's a game that you really love and you bought it and then we're releasing it and you go, oh, I got to double dip, that's only if you want the physical. If you've already supported the developer at that point once. But a lot of people probably listening to this and a lot of people in the collector community, we do enjoy our physicals. And there's so many games out there that so many are just, they're lost. They're just overshadowed. So there's always something good to play, even if you want to hold out and wait.
I mean, you guys actually, shined a spotlight with one of your releases on a personal favorite of mine that I preach the good word of frequently to a lot of people. Like, I've never heard that one. I missed that one, which was a Robot Named Fight. Matt Bittner, friend of the show, was on with us a couple of years ago, actually, talking about Robot Named Fight. And I was so pumped when you guys announced that was finally going to get a physical release, because there was some discussions that had happened and apparently didn't end up leading to anything, which made me kind of sad. And so when that news came out, I was just over the moon.
Yeah, Matt is a wonderful, wonderful person. And,
yes, he is.
Very, very thankful to be working with him. Robot Named Fight was one of those early signs for us. Jeff was looking through the Switch Collector Volume 1, which is the book that he writes. And in the section for games that were in year 1 digitally but without a physical, Robot Named Fight was there. And he's like, how did this game not get a physical? And they reached out and had a discussion and signed it. But the reason Robot Named Fight was part of Series 2 and not Series 1 is because Matt informed us that there was like the 4-player mode and the deathmatch and all that stuff was being added to the game, and we wanted it to complete on cart. So we said, all right, well, you work on your patch, and when it's done, we'll release it. So it wasn't part of Series 1. We had to wait a year for it to be done, but well worth the wait. And now if you get our copy, our physical of Robot Named Fight, you're getting the full game, including all that added content right on the card.
Oh yeah, and actually a lot of that's come out in post-release since I first played it and got into it, and I kind of put it down for a while, and so I'm really just waiting for my deluxe version to be in hand to dive back in and fall in love with that game all over again with all that new stuff that he released after launch.
Yep.
And after I had spent quite a bit of time with the game and had shifted my attention elsewhere for a while. So
I hear you. Same thing happens to me. A lot of times post-release stuff I don't always go back to, just because I've moved on from that game and I'm in different headspace. But that, to us, that's very important, because we hate the way it is now, where you put in a card or you put in a disc and you got to download and you got to wait for an update just to be able to play the game. And it's like, what? No, like, I just bought this game. I should be able to play the full game right away. And that's how we feel. So every one of our releases, the developer has to give us the okay that they are done updating the game. And once it passes lot check, it's good. I'm never going to say that there's never going to be like a bug fix patch down the road. But even with the servers go down and we wouldn't have that, you're going to still have the complete game on card.
Yeah. So let's take a minute here and divert to the now.
Yes.
Tell everybody what's happening with Series 3, because you guys just put out your Series 3 Direct, and we now have an official date for Cathedral, which we've been talking about as an upcoming title for months now here on Hard Copy Hounds, as well as pulling the curtain back on what else is coming with Series 3 and when.
That is a great question. Series 3 has been something that I've had my lips zippered shut on for a long time, and I've wanted to just shout about it like from the rooftops.
I know, I've been trying to coax some of it out of you behind the scenes.
It's something that we're just so excited about these titles, and we're excited about all our titles, but like just when we signed everything for Series 3, it was just like, this is great. This is just, we're gonna surprise a lot of people, and it's kind of like when you get a as a kid at Christmas or the holidays, it's more about what can you be surprised with, and as you get older, it changes to how can I surprise my loved ones, and just you feed off the look on their faces as you surprise them, and that's kind of where we're at. We really wanted to deliver something cool and something that people weren't expecting, and Cathedral, which a lot of people hadn't heard of when we teased it in the Series 2 Direct. A lot of people have been asking about Cathedral. I get emails all the time. Did I miss Cathedral? When is that coming? At the conventions, we had Cathedral on our banner, and like, oh, that game, when's that coming out? Cathedral is just, it's a masterpiece. All our games, I feel, are masterpieces. Cathedral, I put like over 40 hours into it, completed it 100%. Like, I could not stop playing that game. I was like literally going to sleep and dreaming about Cathedral. It is just such an amazing Metroid inspired adventure that has Shovel Knight elements. It's got Zelda elements. It's virtually open world. There's some parts where you have to do like event A before you could do go on, but a lot of it is just open to explore. You'll find paths that you have to come back to. It's got challenging bosses. It's got bonus quests and bonus puzzles that are completely optional, and it's got a really cool cryptic story, and the graphics are unbelievable. Just very well done, and just truly a masterpiece. And to see people's reactions all over again because they may have forgotten, or maybe they're seeing it for the first time, it's just awesome. And Cathedral is, I'd love to even say Cathedral is the one I'm most hyped for, but I can't, because I don't have one I'm most hyped for, because I'm hyped for all of them. Going from Cathedral, we revealed Phoenotopia Awakening, which was our hidden gem, I think, of this series. I think I've talked with one person that has heard of this game, and all the people I've talked with, very, very underrated. Just kind of came out and it sank. Didn't do well digitally, unfortunately. The developer had been approached by multiple parties, and they said no because the digital sales weren't good. And when we approached them, they were like, oh, the digital sales aren't good, you don't want our game. And we're like, no, we want your game. Your game's amazing. So we kind of built his confidence back up. We got, he agreed, he signed, and he was so excited. All the artwork you see for Phoenotopia, for both the premium standard and the retro, it's all him and his team and fans and art that he had commissioned. It's unused. It's all stuff from him. He literally picked up the ball and ran with it, and we just let him. We just wanted him to have his dream game. So it's his dream game right there. He's getting it out in the way he wants to get it out, and he's overjoyed, and we're overjoyed for him. Phoenotopia Awakening is a Zelda 2 style 2D 16-bit adventure with pastel color palettes, great dungeons, lots of cool different puzzles. You can upgrade your equipment, you can fish, you can cook, you can just do trading quests. There's side quests, there's optional areas to explore. Speedrunners usually beat it around 8-hour mark. So
Ooh.
this is a huge adventure.
That is meaty.
It's a meaty adventure. Just you're getting so much in this one small package. It is something unbelievable. And then we finally teased up Mighty Fight Federation, which is a 3D arena style brawler, which is harkening back to the Power Stone days, and just a ton of fun and a ton of character. You have 11 original characters with their own unique stories, and then you have 5 guest characters that also have their own unique stories. You have Toe Jam and Earl, you got Ukulele, you have Kunio and Ricky from the Kunio-kun or River City Ransom series, and then you've got Miriam from Bloodstained. And all of them play unique. They have their unique traits and stuff from their unique games thrown in there. Mesh really well with the other 11 characters, so you're getting 16 in all. Just the full story mode for everybody. It's got missions, it's got training, it's got online crossplay, so you can play against PC, Xbox, PS4. It's got just so many things going for it. It's just a blast, and it was a surprise, and we were just like, oh, can we get this in Series 3? Are you done? And like, yeah, this is the end. No more DLC characters. We're like, let's do it. People are getting the complete game on card. You're getting all the DLC characters. And yeah, and it's different for us. It's something, we haven't done a fighter yet, and we're not opposed to doing different genres because we don't want to limit ourselves, and we want to surprise. And we teased this as a Series 4 title, and then, a lot of people were expecting that, and then I think we surprised a lot of people by saying it is a Series 3 title instead. All the art for this is being done by Carenza, our new guy on the team, fantastic artist, and just loving everything that I'm personally seeing with it as it's coming along, and the art that we showed was not completed yet. But we ran out of time, so we had to show it. But it will be completed for the launch of the release.
That's fantastic. So we're starting to come up to a close here because we're hitting the timeline. But what would you say to anybody to get them to come check out Premium Edition games? What's the defining thing, that you hang your hat on?
I wouldn't say it's one thing. I would just say, that's a tough question. Maybe passion. If I had to define it just into one word, it would be passion. We're all passionate collectors. We're all passionate gamers. We're passionate with what we do. We put our names behind what we do. If Premium Edition fails, that means we fail, and we're not in the business for that. We're in the business for bringing digital only titles by amazing developers out physically for the physical collectors, and for the developers to have their game immortalized in physical format. If you've never checked us out, please, go to premiumeditiongames.com, check us out on social media, join our Discord, talk to us, ask us questions, ask people, especially in the community, hey, what's your experience with Premium? We did like too many games, last month, and we had some people, from Twitter and from Discord, like, come and hang out with us. And then we got to see them again, at the next shows, and we're just building that communication and that relationship with our customers, because we wouldn't be here without the great developers, but we also wouldn't be here without the amazing support from the customers. So, challenge us, ask us questions. We're here to assist, and I hope you all can see that. And I hope that you all decide to join us on the 16th of November, which, if that date is already passed, I hope you did join us. But these games will be open for pre-order for 4 weeks. So it's going from November 16th to December 16th, starting on noon on November 16th. The premium standards are completely open pre-order. We will print as many as we need to. So please go ahead and pick those up. And if you want those amazing retro editions, those are limited to 500 each on the website. So if that's you want a little bit extra bonus, the premium standards are $40, the retro are $60. Make sure to get those orders in, because can't guarantee they'll be in stock for long.
So, on the subject, real quick, of just the standard and the premium, I gotta ask, what's the qualifier for one of your releases to go above the premium, or the standard or the retro edition, and get a deluxe edition release?
Okay,
because so far there's only one.
There's two.
No, you're right. You're right. My bad.
There's technically three: Pigeon Dev and Robot Named Fight, and then we did a Kickstarter for Sunshine Manor, which is also going to include Camp Sunshine. So it's going to be the Sunshine Anthology. You're getting 2 games. That one's also getting a deluxe. There's a Kickstarter version of that, and then we're going to have another version on our website. We did provide an update right from the developer in our Series 3 Direct. Those games are available on Steam, and they're in the porting phase to Switch. So we will begin work on that once it's ported to Switch, and the bugs are hammered out to make sure you guys get the best version. So we're still waiting on that, but that one will get a deluxe. The truth is we're honestly not sure anymore because of the way the world is going. Robot Named Fight deluxes are coming Q1 2022 because of all the ship delays and the dock delays, and the books can literally be sitting in a shipping container right now in the middle of the ocean waiting its turn. And we don't like to have people wait, which is the unfortunate thing. People right now are enjoying Robot Named Fight. If they got the retro edition, they have to wait, like a month later, which isn't terrible. But then to wait a couple more months, we don't like that type of thing. So we're trying to see how a series goes without that. So we have 3 games now instead of 2, but we all have retro editions with no deluxes. So we're going to see what the timetable is, and we're still adjusting because a book takes a lot of time to write. There's more stuff to produce, and then of course we have to delay with getting it there, and that's the unfortunate thing. It's just the way the world is. So will there be other deluxe editions? We're not closing the door on that. There absolutely could be, outside of the 3. It all depends on how the world's going, and if a game, we say, oh, this game absolutely we got to do it, or the developer says, please, I really want. We'll do right by the developers always, but we're doing this series without any deluxes. It's just retros and the standard premiums, and we'll see how it goes.
Well, Barry, thank you so much for carving some time out to come hang out with us here over at Hard Copy Hounds.
Yeah.
We look forward to having you back. I would love to do more of these. I know you and I have talked about by way of this partnership, getting together and having on some of the developers of the games that you guys are putting out. So hopefully maybe we get to put some of that together for like Cathedral and Phoenotopia and Mighty Fight. So yep. But yeah, so all things, hopefully we can partner up and have some stuff to look forward to.
The sky's the limit. It's all about bringing attention to some amazing developers and letting you check out their games and hearing their stories, because these games are all amazing and they're all worthy of your time. And if you're interested in any of them, definitely check out the trailers. You could, like I said, ask other people. We had people who, after the direct, went and bought the games digitally. Like, I just need to play these now, and are ranting and raving about them in our Discord. Just like, these games are amazing. How have I never heard of this? Oh my God, I can't wait for the 16th. These phenomenal games. I can't put them down. And I agree with the sentiments, because we couldn't put them down either.
Yeah, I've had my eyes on Cathedral for a while now, and I've actually waited knowing that a physical was coming. I'm just like, nope, do not press that buy now button.
If you double dip, that's your own choice.
I know. That game specifically is kind of what spurred that question earlier.
Well, now you know a date, right? It's if this is airing after the fact, that date's already happened. You probably have your pre-order in, so the future you is saying, "Don't worry, you didn't have to double dip."
Right. Now it's just, the waiting game.
The waiting game, I guess. We will not be ordering the cartridges until after pre-orders close, so we know how many to order. We want to make sure everybody gets their game. So we have said, everyone, please be patient. When the pre-orders close, it doesn't mean you'll instantly have shipping notifications, because you won't. Games do take time to actually get manufactured, and we do the full color manuals and the art and the outside art. We have to get all that printed out, and all the challenge card printed and all that other good stuff. And some of that stuff's already being worked on. But the cartridges are not ordered until after.
Well, Barry, thank you so much. You want to leave anybody with a parting thought?
Yeah, thank you for having me, and thank you all for listening. For more information, you could always go to premiumeditiongames.com. Check out our social media. On Twitter, we're at premiumedition1. Check out our Facebook. Check out our Discord, the Switchmania Playcast. Just let us know your thoughts. And if you want to talk more with me, you could find me on Twitter at HawkHellfire.
Awesome. Thank you so much. This has been a premium interview from Hard Copy Hounds, powered by the World 1-1 Podcast Network, and sponsored by Premium Edition Games. You can and should remember to always press start to engage your mind. See you next week, everybody. Peace!